I extend my heartfelt gratitude to each one of you for your presence and active participation in this meaningful initiative. We are also especially thank our sponsor, that is NART Renewable Energy Private Limited Salem, for their support and made this celebration possible. I would also like to recognize the invaluable contribution of our partnering education institutions who have joined hands with us to make this week impactful and successful. K.S. Rangasamy College of Technology, Mahendra Engineering College, Sengundar Engineering College, Sona College of Technology, and Tyagaraja Polytechnic College. This week is said to be an inspiring journey with a series of insightful activities, including competitions and webinar, all designed to foster a deeper understanding of energy conservation. At this juncture, I would like to acknowledge the tireless effort of the coordinators whose dedication and meticulous planning have been instrumental in organizing this event. Dr. K. Uma Devi, ma'am, Dean Planning and Development, Professor and Head, Tripoli Sengundar Engineering College, Dr. R.G. Vijay Gauri, ma'am, Professor and Head, Department of Tripoli, K.S. Rangasamy College of Technology, Dr. R.R. Uttaraswamy, Professor and Head, Department of Tripoli, Mahendra Engineering College, Dr. P. Umashankar, Sir, Professor, Department of Tripoli, Mahendra Engineering College. We deeply appreciate your commitment and hard work in making this celebration a grand success. Now, it's my privilege to introduce uh, our chief guest. Is a well-known person for today's session, Engineer A.C. Shivaraman, Sir, Assistant Executive Engineer at TNEB from Kallakurichi. He will be sharing his expertise on the theme, that is conserve energy for a better tomorrow, providing us with valuable insights on energy conservation practices and their significance in shaping a sustainable future. Sir is the right person to again deliver the things. Thank you for your acceptance, sir, and being here. Following this, we will be enriched by the thematic address by um, Secondary Engineering College Principal Dr. R. Satish Kumar, sir, also our committee member of IEI Salem Local Center. Sir's experience and perspectives will undoubtedly add immense value to our understanding and of energy conservation. I also thank Engineer N. Armum, sir, who is always our backbone and supporter. Today also, sir is going to introduce our distinguished guests and resource persons, and also I express my gratitude to our honorary secretary, Dr. C. Daumani ma'am, for the wonderful organizing the celebrations. As we embark on this celebration, I encourage everyone to actively engage, ask questions, and observe the wealth of knowledge that our eminent speakers will share. Let us unite in our mission to conserve energy and work together a sustainable tomorrow. Once again, a warm welcome to all. Let this week be a milestone in promising awareness and action for energy conservation. Thank you.
Uh, Thank you, sir, for welcoming everyone. And now I would like to invite Dr. R. Satish Kumar, committee member, IEI Salem Local Center, and Chairman Energy Conservation Week team, IEI Salem Local Center, to deliver the thematic address. Sir, please.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Respected Chairman of IEI Salem Local Center, Dr. Kangaraju, sir. Respected Honorary Secretary of IEI Salem Local Center, Dr. Daumani, Madam. Today's resource person, Engineer A. Sivaraman, sir, Assistant Executive Engineer from TNEB Kallakurichi, Engineer N. Armugam, sir, and all the committee members, student members, organizing institutions, participants, all the attendees. A very good afternoon. Everybody, I wish energetic and efficient afternoon. And our chairmen are presented and very well about the energy conservation concept. And I am thankful for the opportunity to present on the theme of this year, Energy Conservation Day 2024, that is powering sustainability every watt counts. This National Energy Conservation Day is observed annually in India on December 14th to highlight the importance of energy conservation and promote awareness about efficient use of energy. This day is celebrated under the guidance of the Bureau of Energy Efficiency, BEE, which operates under the Ministry of Power, Government of India. The objective of Energy Conservation Day is promoting energy efficient technologies, reducing carbon footprints, increasing the use of renewable energy sources, raising awareness among individuals, businesses, and industries about energy conservation practices. We can contribute to energy conservation by switching off the lights and appliances when they are not in use, using energy efficient appliances by assessing the star ratings of the equipments, reducing the use of non-renewable energy and opting for solar and other renewable energy sources, carpooling or using public transportation systems. Energy conservation is crucial for ensuring sustainable development, reducing greenhouse gas emissions, mitigating the effects of climate change, preserving the resources for future generations. By celebrating National Energy Conservation Day, we reaffirm our commitment to a greener, more sustainable future. At this juncture, I submit my heartfelt thanks to all the organizing coordinators and organizing institutions, and I wish the Energy Conservation Week celebration of Salem Local Center for its grand success. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, sir. Now, it's my pleasure and privilege to introduce our chief guest and keynote speaker, Engineer A. Sivaraman, Assistant Executive Engineer, TNEB, Kalakurti. He got his bachelor's degree in engineering at Government College of Engineering, Salem, and then master's in technology. He has got over 25 years of experience in power sector. He has served in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia for over 5 years. He has visited countries like France, Spain, and Dubai. He has received the Appreciation Achievers Award during 2015 for effective cost cutting by introducing modification in boiler igniter rods in Metu Thermal Power Station 2, and appreciation for effective implementation and dual coordination with field engineer for the successful completion of integrated power development scheme. He has also received appreciation award for effective implementation of integrated power development scheme. He has been giving guest lectures in various colleges under different topics. With these words of introduction, I would like to invite Engineer A. Sivaraman to deliver his keynote address on the topic Conserve Energy for a Better Tomorrow. Over to Sivaraman, sir, please. சார் சிவராமன் சார் நீங்க இன்னும் ஸ்பீக்கர் அன்மியூட் பண்ணல. ஹலோ சார் சிவராமன் சார். சார் சிவராமன் சார் இன்னும் அவரோட ஸ்பீக்கரை வந்து அன்மியூட் பண்ணல சார். ஓ, இஸ் ஓபன் another one. Sir, Sivaraman sir. Sir, Tangaraj sir.
Sir, Armugam sir. Just now
Yes,
I
sir.
called Sivaraman sir.
Okay.
He is speaking with our Thiago regarding the posting option.
Okay, sir. Okay, well.
He will join soon. He will join soon. Yes, sir.
Okay, sir. Welcome.
தாண்டா இருக்கேன்.
இப்போ உங்களுக்கு கேக்குதா சார்?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now it is audible.
Sorry, sir.
Yes.
ஓகே சார். மேடம் வணக்கம் மேடம். தவமணி மேடம் வணக்கம்.
சார் வணக்கம்.
சார் வணக்கம் சார்.
சார் சிவராமன் சார், உங்க இதுல இன்னும் மைக் வந்து மியூட்லயே இருக்கு சார். உங்க விண்டோல மைக் வந்து ஸ்டில் இட்ஸ் மியூட். தட்ஸ் வை உங்க வாய்ஸே கேட்கலன்னு நினைக்கிறேன் சார். சிவராமன் சார்,
அவரு மியூட்ல தாங்க சார் இருக்காரு.
it seems he is trying to
எஸ் சார்,
something.
மியூட்.
சார் கேக்குதா சார்?
சார் இப்ப கேக்குதுங்க சார். இப்ப கேக்குதுங்க சார்.
மேடம் பவர் பாயிண்ட் என்னால ப்ளே பண்ண முடியல.
ஓகே சார், இப்ப கேக்குது சார்.
இப்ப கேக்குதுங்க சார்.
ஜாக சார் ஷேர் பண்றேன்.
Sir, voice clarity இல்லைங்க சார்.
மேடம் கேக்குதா மேடம்?
இப்ப கேக்குதுங்க சார். இப்ப கேக்குதுங்க சார்.
மேடம் நான் பவர் பாயிண்ட் நான் ஷேர் பண்ண முடியாது. மேடம் என்னோட ஸ்கிரீன் ஷேர் ஆகுதுங்களா மேடம்?
ஆயிடுச்சுங்க சார். இல்ல
ஷேர் ஆகுதா?
இல்ல ஆயிட்டே இருக்குங்க சார்.
ஆயிட்டே இருக்கு. உங்க ஸ்கிரீன் தெரியுதுங்க சார்.
ஸ்கிரீன் தெரியுதுங்க சார். இப்ப தெரியுது.
எஸ் சார்.
அப்போ நான் பண்ணலாம். நான் மேடம் சார் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணலாம் சார்.
எஸ் சார். சார் ப்ளீஸ் கன்டினியூ பண்ணுங்க சார். எஸ் சார்.
மேடம் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணலாம் மேடம்.
சார் பண்ணலாம் சார். பண்ணலாம் சார்.
எஸ் சார். சார் சிவராமன் சார் நீங்க கன்டினியூ பண்ணுங்க சார் ப்ளீஸ்.
கன்டினியூ பண்ணுமா சார்?
எஸ் சார். எஸ் சார்.
Sir, thank you, sir. Very good morning to all of you. I'm really happy to share this session with you, especially Davamani madam is my classmate. I'm very happy to share this platform with all the participants. I'm also once again very much thankful to IEI Salem Local Center for giving this opportunity to share the views on the conservation of energy. So this is very important topic, which we are celebrating December 14th to 20th every year. The celebration of energy conservation starts from 1991 to create awareness among the public. So why we need to save the energy? This is the main topic. So in India, we have the installed capacity of electricity generation is about 450 gigawatt capacity. Originally, China is the main country, and the United States, China, and behind this India. So mostly we are depending on fossil fuels, which we need to eliminate the fossil fuels, and now we are on the solar energy and the wind energy. So our aim in 2040 is to generate about 450 megawatt of solar energy generation. Just we will have a So any nation which consumes more electricity, that means the country is in the developing nation. United States is the developed nations. China, Russia are the developed nation. India, India, the developing country. So as we know well, the electricity generation is in the conventional energy sources. Conventional, as we very well know, hydro generation, thermal and atomic stations. Non-conventional, that is a renewable energy generation. We are focusing on this topic now. Solar generation, solar power generation, wind power generation, biomass and pumped storage power generation. Basically, the electricity generation installed capacity as on 30 November 2024. Central sector share is about 23%. State sector, all over all the states, is about 24%. Private sector plays a major role. They have the more number of generating capacity is about 53% of the generators privately owned. They played a very much more part in the generation of electricity. Total generation installed capacity in our country is about 456 gigawatt. Normally, the India peak demand is only plus gigawatt, but we have about 456 gigawatt of generators installed capacity. These generators sometimes in the maintenance mode, some of the generators in the maintenance, some of the generators in the non-operating stage, some hydro stations, there will be no water in the summer. So out of which 200 plus 250 gigawatt of capacity is our India demand. Out of 450 gigawatt, coal thermal generation plays a major role. It plays about 53% of the share is coming from the thermal generation. In the thermal generation, coal-based generators plays a major role. Still, we are depending on the coal-based generators, and we have the lignite coal from the NLC and the gas stations, diesel stations. Diesel station only 0.1% which is available in the Andaman Nicobar Island, and hydro generation. Actually, we utilize the all possibilities wherever the possible generation from the hydro. We utilize the possibilities. Nuclear, thanks to the Kudangulam power plant, Kudangulam plays a major role in supplying the electricity for our country. Now, 2,000 megawatt generation from the Kudangulam stations, and another 4,000 megawatt is in the construction stage. Kudangulam station is Russian supported nuclear stations, and 50% of the generation from the Kudangulam stations supporting for our Tamil Nadu. So as of now, in our Tamil Nadu, we don't face any problem in the power cut. 24 hours we are supplying the electricity to our consumers. Sometimes due to any problem in the distribution, power outage will be there, but normally there is no shortage of power in our Tamil Nadu. We are able to meet the demand, and we are able to meet even the peak demand. Last May month, May 5th, May 2nd, I think, our Tamil Nadu demand is about 20,850 megawatt. We able to meet from the contribution from the private sector. So this is the total generation. Every year we need to install additional generators, about 5% from the last years. Every year we need to install additional generators. Now we are doing additionally. Every year we are installing the generation. Our Tamil Nadu TNEB own generation is about 19,000 megawatt. We have the installed capacity, including the private. We have about 32,840 megawatt of installed capacity. Our demand is about 20,830 megawatt last May 2nd. Normally, nowadays, peak demand yesterday in our Tamil Nadu is about evening peak, 40,000 megawatt, morning peak is about 12,000 megawatt, and the daytime peak is about 9,600 megawatt. So we are able to meet the demand. So there is no power cut in our Tamil Nadu. Our solar generation, our installed capacity in our Tamil Nadu is about 8,000 plus megawatt. We have the installed generation. All the solar generation plant is from the private sector. There is no government sector. Government owned solar generation. Even the wind generation, there is all the wind and solar generation private sector only. Only thermal station, hydro stations, our TNEB owned power stations. As of now, there is no load shedding. There is no power cut. We are supplying 24-hour supply to all the domestic consumers, 24-hour supply to all commercial consumers, and for agriculture consumers, we are able to supply 14 hours per day power we are supplying to agriculture consumers, especially in the daytime is about 6 hours, in the night time about 8 hours. Continuously about 14 plus hours we are giving power to the agriculture consumers. So this is the generation growth every year. Every year, if we add 5% of the total generation capacity, we can able to our demand, future demand. And this is the sector-based power consumption. Industry plays a major role consuming the electricity power. They share about 40% of the electricity generation consumed by the industries. And agriculture is about 20%. Domestic is about 25%. They are consuming the electricity power. Commercial only 14%. One interesting point, for 20% of the generation we are giving to agriculture. But actually there is no agriculture services. Government is supporting us by calculating some methods and they are giving some amount to our tangent for TNEB, but still we are depending on only government support. For domestic also, they are playing major role of about 25% share. For each and every domestic, we are giving 100 units. For bimonthly, we are giving 100 units. Normally, cost of generation, we have to think about the cost of generation. Cost of generation normally from the thermal power plant, especially from the Metro thermal power plant, cost of generation is about 7 rupees per unit. And hydro, so hydro, there is no running cost except the salaries and maintenance work, there is no running cost. Average unit cost is about 15 rupees per unit. Average unit cost 15 rupees per. Sometimes we used to purchase the energy from the private parties about 20 rupees per unit, even 20 rupees per. So we have to look into this subject. The cost of generation, and we are purchasing the energy at the rate of 20 rupees per unit, but we are giving to the consumers at free of cost for agriculture, at the subsidy rate for the domestic, and even for the commercial, we are giving this subsidy rate. Think about this: 20 rupees generation cost. So if we are supplying the energy at about just 1% margin, 21 rupee or 22 rupees, we can meet out the cost of generation. But the commercial tariff is about only 8 rupees per unit. We are charging 8 rupees per unit or 10 rupees per unit. Construction purpose, construction of new buildings or construction of commercial complexes, any construction purpose, we are charging about 85 paise per unit. But average cost of purchasing of energy or generation of energy from thermal, nuclear, solar, wind, everything is the hydro. Average cost of generation is about 15 rupees per unit. But even for temporary supply, that is the highest rate in our tariff schedule. We are giving the power at the rate of 12 rupees 85 paise. For domestic, 100 units free. For agriculture, whatever the unit they are consuming, 100% free, 100%. So we are our cost of generation partially or marginally share commercial sectors and industrial sectors. Their tariff is somewhat higher than other sectors, traction, industry, and commercial. They are sharing the shortages from the domestic and agriculture. So this is the per capita consumption in India. In 2006 and 7, is about 672 units per head in India. So the unit, consumption of unit in every country determines the growth in the country. USA consumes more energy per capita consumption, and all European nations and Japan, Russia, China, they are consuming more energy. Our average consumption per capita consumption in India is about 1,122 in the year 1617. Now it's about 1,200 plus. So if the country consumes more electricity power means they are doing more production activity. So they can do more export. So their GDP will be increased. So they will be in the developed nations. All the European nations, United States, Russia, China, and Japan, they are the developed nations. We are the developing nations. Some of the countries are the failed nations, especially the Pakistan, Afghanistan, North Korea. They are the failed nations, but we are in the developing nations. Still, we need to consume more power that is in the production activity. This is the per capita consumption, average consumption in the all over the world. United States consumption is about 13,000 units per head. Australia is about 10,000. Japan is about 7,000 plus. Germany is about 7,000 plus. The last is India is about 1,100 plus. So, this is the transmission distribution losses and aggregated technical and commercial losses in India. Normally, if we are generating 100 units from thermal station, for example, our metro thermal station, if we are generating 100 units in Salem, we are transmitting the energy from metro to Salem. In Salem, there is no power plant, so we are transmitting the power from metro to Salem means 100 units. If we are transmitting at Salem, we can receive about 80 unit only, and we are able to distribute the consumers about only 78% only. About 20 to 25% of the electricity generation is getting lost. That is called transmission loss. What about the distribution loss? At the distribution network also, we are losing the energy, and sometimes energy theft also plays a major role. Some of the consumers doing the energy theft, and sometimes the meter defective, it doesn't record the consumption. So the average line loss is about 20%. Our government of India is planning to reduce the transmission loss and the distribution loss, so that they are implementing so many projects. So many projects. Initially, they introduced the or APDRP project, Restructured Accelerated Power Development Project, or APDRP project. That or APDRP project only mainly concentrated on the municipality area. That is about population of about 40,000 plus population. In our Namakkal district also, we introduced that or APDRP schemes in Namakkal, Rasipuram, Tiruchengodu, and Malasamutram. We introduced the or APDRP project. And after that, IPDS project, Integrated Power Development Project, IPDS project. That project is about in the town panchayat is about 15,000 plus population. Town panchayat is about 15 centers, 15 town panchayat in Namakkal district introduced the project. So totally, or APDRP, IPDS project, and DDUGI, Deen Dayal Upadhyaya Gramin Vidyut Karan Yojana, one project. So all the main aim of these all projects implemented by the government of India only to reduce the transmission and distribution losses, so that the total generated energy is about, if for example 100% we are generating means, if we are transporting and we are distributing the 100% energy to the consumer means, there will be no loss at all. So totally we can utilize all the generated energy. But thing is, practically it is not possible due to transmission loss and the distribution loss. So the aim of all these projects are to eliminate the transmission distribution losses. How to eliminate it? To increase the size of the conductor, to increase and to use more energy efficient distribution transformers, star rated energy efficient distributed transformers. They are implementing so many projects. So if we are decreasing the transmission distribution losses 1% means, definitely, for example, 100 unit generation means we are transmitting to the another user end. It means 80% they are consuming, 20% is getting lost. 1% if you are saving, it will give more effect, more useful to the consumers. For reduce the 1% of the T&D loss, Government of India is spending about, we need 6,000 crores. 6,000 need. Now, average transmission distribution loss in our Tamil Nadu is about 15% loss. By implementing all these above projects, we are able to bring down the transmission and the distribution losses below 15%. But still, we need to decrease these losses. In the developed countries, these losses are digit, but we are in the double digit. But in Jammu Kashmir, Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, in these states, these losses is much more, about 40% and 50%. Think about the cost of generation and the cost of distribution. If you are generating about 100 units, means we are able to distribute to the consumers only 50 units. The remaining 50 units losses are kept by the public, general public. So we need to reduce these transmission and distribution losses. Now, Government of India implementing one scheme is called RDSS, Restructured Development Substation Programs. RDSS schemes they are introducing. Now it is in the beginning stage. We are doing the survey, and it is about 2 years. 2 years we need to complete these projects. By implementing these projects, again the transmission distribution losses we can bring down to about 2 to 3%. That is 12% line loss we can to bring down. So this is the country T&D losses of various countries. In the United States is about 6% only. UK is about 8%. Japan is about 5%. Russia 10%. But we are about 21%. Our world average is about 8%. So we are concentrating to bring down the distribution, transmission and distribution losses to single digit, so that we are Government of India and Tamil Nadu, they are very much interested to bring down these losses to the single digit. Now, the thing about the metro thermal power stations, it is about the good old stations installed about 30 years before, I believe. 30 years before. I was working there in the actually there is a lot of we are displaying the emission count. What is the emission? CO2 emission, CO emission, the emission count we are displaying in front of the thermal station. But we need to renovate the power station, renovate the thermal power stations, so that we need to we can save the environment. So this is the fossil fuels. By 2070, the total fossil fuels, that is coal, will be depleted, natural gas will be depleted, oil will also be depleted. So our aim, we need to focus on only solar power generation and wind power generation, and even hybrid stations. Our TNEB now proposing to install TNEB owned solar and wind power in the meantime hybrid stations. So this is one interesting solar ironing cart. This girl from Tirunelveli district, Dinisha, I believe her name, is studying 9th standard 3 years back. Whenever she used to go to the school, she used to see one iron cart. They are using the coal-based iron box. So this girl thinking about to implement solar ironing cart. So she discussed with her teacher and her father, and she formulated and she designed one solar cart using one battery. There will be one battery, and it saves stores about 6 hours capacity. And this nowadays it become is the cost of the solar cart is about 40,000 rupees. The battery, including the battery cost, but it will be very useful. It is a natural friendly, eco-friendly. United States and the UN Council invited this girl to give a seminar on the solar cart. She went there and she presented. And this girl, Vinisha, received the Dr. Kalam Award also. So this is a solar iron cart. And also solar powered fan. In Tamil Nadu, we are having about 8,000 plus installed megawatt of installed capacity of solar power plant. Solar power plant we have. Yesterday generation from the solar power plant only 1,300 megawatt, and that is due to the climate condition. From the solar, we are getting the solar power generation only from the light of the sun, not from the heat, only from the light of the sun. So this is the solar powered vehicle, auto. They have the solar powered vehicle, especially the engineering colleges, engineering, we can motivate the students to do more projects on the solar based vehicles, solar based car and everything. This is a network, how the power reach our home. This is a generating stations. For example, we can say it is a Mettur thermal power station. We have a very big generator. In Mettur thermal power stations, we have 5 generators. In the stage 1, we have 210 megawatts of generator, 4 numbers, 4 into 210. And in the stage 2, we have 600 megawatt of generators installed by the China company, that is electric company, China company. It is a very good machine. So even we can we can give an opportunity to all of students, that is third year and final year students, to visit the Metro thermal power generations, especially in the stage 2, 600 megawatt. It is fully automated station, fully 100% automated. What is our generation requirement? Just we can enter in the computer. For example, 600 megawatt we need. So based on that, it will automatically decides how much coal it requires, how much air it requires, how much water it requires. Automatically it decides, and just our operators, turbine operators, generator operators, and just they can sit and monitor the window only. If any problem, it will give the red notification. So our engineer will be there in all the sites. Through walkie-talkie, they will give the instruction and they will do the rectifications. It is better to make a visit and give an opportunity to. Only we are giving permission for third and final years. So this is the power generation, and we have the step up transformers. Our generator rating voltage is about 11 kV or 22 kV only. We are stepping up the voltages to the transmission stage to reduce the losses to 210 megawatt, 210 kilowatt, 220 kilowatt, or 400 kilowatt. We are stepping up the voltage, and the stepped up voltage is transmitted to various locations, especially to the Coimbatore, and it is all interconnected. It is a grid connected, interconnected. We are in the southern grid. The transmitter extra high voltage, 220 kV voltages at the load center. At the load center, we are again stepping down the voltages to 110 kilowatt, and again we are stepping down the voltages at the substations, our local substations, from 110 kilowatt to 11 kV or 22 kV. Again, this 11 kV and 22 kV, we are having the distribution transformers. It is located all over our states, in front of our house, in front of our land and everything. That is called distribution transformers. They have the capacities about 100 kVA, 200 kVA, 250 kVA. And sometimes in the town, we have many 500 kVA capacity of distribution transformer. That is a major capacity, 500 capacity kVA. The thing is, to reduce the transmission distribution losses, the capacity of the transformer, we need to use smaller capacity of the transformers. In Andhra states, they introduced the technique using the smaller capacity of transformers, especially in the agri field. Wherever agri field is there, so up to the load center, we are transmitting the power at a very high voltage, so that the loss will be very less. I square R loss. If I increases, loss will be high. If V increases, loss will be less. So we are increasing the voltage at a very high voltage, especially 11 kV or 22 kV, and we are transmitting the power up to the load center, up to the house. So nearby house, we are installing a smaller capacity of transformer. For example, 16 kVA or 25 kVA or 40 kVA transformers. We are a smaller capacity of transformer. Sometimes you can able to see. Initially, we installed these distribution transformers in the pole mounted transformers. Two pole will be there, and in the two poles we are installing the transformers. Now we are single pole mounted transformers. You can see one pole will be there. In the same pole, the TT will be also annexed. Only smaller capacity, about 16 kVA, 25 kVA, like this. If 4 houses are there, multi-story building is there. So according for that building only, we can give one distribution transformers, so that we can reduce the transmission and the distribution losses. So as our electrical engineers, electronics engineers, all power engineers, we are all working here. And nowadays we are going to use the AI technology also for smooth generation, transmission, and the distribution of electricity energy. Initially, the company, namely TNEB, which was established in 1952, Tamil Nadu Electricity Board. This is the only one company in the state which was generating the electricity, transmitting the electricity, and distributing the electricity. Only one company called the TNEB until the Electricity Act 2003. Government of India asked all the states to unbundle the state utilities to reduce the loss, because TNEB is a loss-making unit. Since we are generating the unit at the very much cost, is about 15 rupees per unit. We are selling it free of cost. So definitely it will be the loss-making unit. But we are providing good service to the people, very good service to the people. The in TNEB, it was unbundled as initially about 2010. It was unbundled to TNEB into two entity: TAN Transco, Tamil Nadu Transmission Corporation Limited, and TAN Jerco, Tamil Nadu Generation Distribution Corporation Limited. And all the two entities was under the control of TNEB. It is the main holding company. Now again, this TNEB was unbundled into about 4 to 5 companies. Generation companies separate, Tamil Nadu Generation Company Corporation Limited, and distribution, Tamil Nadu Power Distribution Corporation Limited. We are unbundled today again. Now, during 1952, 1960 range, only government, the state sector and central sector used to generate the energy. Now, private parties also plays a major role in generating the energy. Even they are playing about 53% shares in the generation of electricity, and the government of India and all other states, and the shares, the remaining 50% is about 25 plus 25% of the generation capacity. Other states, the distribution company was also unbundled, and it was given to the private holders, distribution company. Even some other states, we have about 5 distribution companies, 6 distribution company. But in TNEB, in Tamil Nadu, we have the only distribution company is called Tamil Nadu Power Distribution Corporation Limited. Only one entity, and we are distributing the, and private parties, they are giving generation of electricity. They also plays the role. Especially nowadays, all the private parties are interested in making the solar power plant. They are using the unutilized land, and they are getting the land, and they are installing the solar power. The solar panels nowadays is about a dual panel, front page and the bottom page also. Solar PV cells available. It will generate the energy, and they are giving to the TNEB at the rate of about 2.2 rupees per unit. Initially, the solar energy, one of the major solar stations we have in Tamil Nadu, in Kamudi, Ramnath district, Kamudi, is about 648 megawatt in the single location. Is about 3,000 acres at the cost of 4,500 crores. It was established by the Adani Group. 648 megawatt of in the solar power generation. Single largest location in the Asia during 2016. Nowadays, we have the largest solar power plant in Rajasthan. Since Rajasthan, we have so many spaces in the desert, and solar also is available. So, 2,248 megawatt of capacity in the single place is placed in the Rajasthan. So this is the just our dam, metro dam. It gives initially we have the 4 generators in our metro dam, 12.5 megawatt each generator. 4 generators we have. At the bottom we have about 4 stages. 4 stages we have. Thurikalmedu, Nerinjipete, Chekkanur. We are utilizing the water. The turbine is called bulb turbine. It is called bulb turbine, and these 4 generating stations supported by the Japan Fuji company. These are Kudangulam stations. 2 units are under production. Remaining 4 units, 4 into 1,000 megawatt of capacity is under construction. If the 4,000 megawatt is coming, we can get 50% of the share is about 2,000 megawatt, and we are able to meet the future demand. So nuclear station we have in 2 places in Tamil Nadu. One is at Kalpakam and another it is Kudangulam. Kalpakam also 2 into 220 megawatts we have, and the future project under construction is another 500 megawatt is under construction. Kudangulam another 4,000 megawatt under construction. So we are very much interested in the rooftop solar power plant. So this is the main topic which is always talked by our Prime Minister. PM Surya Ghar Yojana, one project is there. So at 400 gigawatt our aim is to install 400 gigawatt of solar power generation. So Government of India giving subsidy to install the rooftop solar power plant. Even we can also install the rooftop solar power in our houses, about 1 kilowatt, 2 kilowatt, 3 kilowatt. Government of India is giving subsidy. Initially, the list of vendors will be given by the Government of India. You can just do online registrations. Now, if you are registered at a free of cost, and the list of vendor will be there, you can choose the vendor, and they will come and they will install. Initially, we have to pay for installation of 1 kilowatt of solar power is cost about 70,000 rupees. Cost about 70,000 rupees, and 40,000 rupees. 40% of the cost will be given by as subsidy by the Government of India after installation of the rooftop solar power plant. In every government buildings, even including our tangible building, all distribution offices, we have the rooftop solar power plant, and the generation from this rooftop we are utilizing, and the excess we are given to the grid, and that the excess energy will be consumers. Consumer means who consumes energy. Now one new word we are giving is prosumers. That is the consumers who produce energy and consumes energy is called prosumers. So if any consumer is having the rooftop solar power plant, he can generate the electricity, he can utilize the electricity, and the excess energy he can given to the TANGEDCO, and it was built under three types. That is unit adjustment. We can adjust the unit, we can adjust the amount. It is available, so we can give option. Many options we can give. This is one of the solar power plant installed in our Dharmaburi office, which was inaugurated by our chief engineer. So many projects we can ask our students to go for the solar based projects. This is one of the projects, solar water pump. Sometimes we can think about the water output from the pump, motor pump. See, this is a 15 HP motor, 15 HP motor giving the more output water for the paddy field. So this is the Adani news. Adani Green Energy, part of Adani Group today, said it has dedicated to the nation the world's largest 648 megawatt solar power plant in Tamil Nadu, entertaining an investment of 4,500 plus crores. The news is about 2016. The solar power plant producing 648 megawatt at a single location was formally dedicated to the nation. The cost of generation is about 7 rupee 10 paise at the time, and they have the contract with the TNEB for 25 years. Now that contract was renewed because 1 unit solar generation, we are thinking about 1 unit at 1 rupee. At present, the cost of solar generation is about 2.1 rupee, 2.1 rupee at present. But our aim in future is to produce the solar energy at 1 unit, 1 rupee. But for Adani, during 2016, we made the agreement for 25 years at the rate of 7 rupees, 7 rupees and 5 paise something. Now we renewed the contract at the rate of 2 rupee 20 paise. So this is hybrid stations which we have the wind electric generation and solar electric generation. Now, thanks to the battery storage technology, we are able to store the electricity energy in the battery, and we can see the many EV vehicles, and unlike the petrol pump in all the national highway, now we can see so many charging stations, vehicles charging stations. We can see so many stations. Even regularly, they are registering us for giving the electricity connections. In future, for example, about after 10 years, by replacing all the petrol pump, the EV charging stations will become viable in all the places. So thing is, if any company, they say for example, on pen manufacturing company, the cost of pen, production cost of the pen is about 50 rupees, means they can sell the pen at the rate of 60 rupees. That is just some margin. Say for example, normally 10% margin will be there. If they are selling at the rate of 60 rupees, there will be no issue. The company will be run for long run. If they are giving at the free of rate for the pen, means definitely they can close the company. The same thing happened in our TNEB also. We are getting the power, generating the power at the rate of 15 rupees per unit. Average cost, I am telling. It is different about hydro station, different thermal station, different. So average cost of power generation is about 15 rupees per unit. But we are selling at the rate of reduced rate, subsidy rate of electricity. Sometimes the theft of energy is also happening. So we need to save the energy. But save the energy means we are not telling minimum use of energy, not telling that, like that. We can use for our productive activity. We can use. If unwanted means in our home, we are all sitting in the home in a hall, but all the fan, AC running in the bedroom and etc. Just we need to switch off. To make a power plant, it will take about 5 years. To make a transmission line, it is about taking 1 year, 2 year like this. And if you are installing a distribution transformer for giving power to the consumers, means it will take 1 month like this. But just to save the energy, just 1 second, just switch off one switch is enough. Switch off one switch, one light. To set up a power plant takes 5 years. To set up a transmission line, it takes 1 year. To plan energy conservation, maybe 1 month. Now we are talking about energy conservation week, December 14 to 20. To promote energy conservation, but to save the energy, it needs just 1 second to switch off when there is no need of electricity. Conservation of energy is not optional, but it is our bound and duty. Conserve energy to save the world, to save our country, to strengthen our country, to build our society, to ensure future to our generation, to be peace at home, so that we can get less electricity charges also. We can save our money. Say, just for example, this is called incandescent lamp. The 60 watts, the capacity of the bulb is 60 watts incandescent lamp, which will give the about we are using the CFL. Now the CFL also out of stage. Now we are using the LED lights. If 450 lumens, the power given by the lamp is measured in the lumens, the 60 watts bulb incandescent lamp will give 450 lumens, whereas the CFL 15 watts bulb itself will give 450 lumens. So we can use the CFL or LED lights, etc. This CFL will give 16 grams per hour the CO2 emission, whereas the incandescent lamp will give 65 grams per hour the CO2 emission. Please don't use the incandescent lamp at any places. Just we need to remove all these things. This is just one calculation. The incandescent lamp capacity is 40, 60, 75 watts like this, and its um, output, the lumens, 450, 800 lumens like this. For 40 watts of incandescent lamp, it gives 450 lumens. Whereas the CFL, even 9 to 13 watts itself will give the 450 lumens. Even the LED, 10 watts of LED lights will give the same capacity of 450 lumens. So in our houses, colleges, or any institutions, just or any outdated bulbs, we need to remove all the bulbs and just install all LED bulbs. We can save our utility bill. The thing is, the cost of the bulb, it is only one-time investment. Just go for the standard star-rated bulb. Energy star-rated bulb consumes lesser energy for the same lumens, that it uses 70 to 90% less energy than the traditional incandescent lamp. It will last about 15 times longer life. Its life also increasing. Produces about 70 to 90% and can cut energy cost associated with the home cooling. Save energy helps to save money on the utility bills. Protect the environment by reducing the gas emission from the power plant. So this is the tube light. In our tube light also, this is called a slim tube light. Now these are all outdated. We are using LED lights, but still some of the places we are using the tube light. So instead of this tube light, just use slim tube light if you need to change. It uses 4 watts lesser than this bulb, but it is advisable to use LED bulbs. This choke also, this is initially we used this coil conventional choke. These are all outdated. Instead of this, now it is a ballast, electronic ballast is choke is there, and now in the LED lights, so outdated. So this is the regulators. Now all we are using this type of electronic regulators. Previously we used this type of coil regulators, which have the resistance type regulators, and it consumes more energy. Now we are using regulator which will consumes only lesser energy, and we can save the electricity generation. The washing machine, front loading washing machine, front loading will consume lesser energy than the bottom loading, top loading. So, and also please use this washing machine not daily. Front loading machines require less energy. Avoid daily usage and save water and energy. Better in its full capacity. So this is the power consumption by standby equipments. In our office also, we have the desktop computers, laptop, and in our TV, etc. So if you want to are not using the computer means just switch off the computer, or not just a screen. Even TV also. If you are off, switch off the TV using the remote, still the TV is running and it consumes power. Office computer printer also. If you want to take the printout, just on the switch on the. If you no need means just switch off the printer. Don't keep the printer idly. And AC also, please don't switch off using the remote. Please switch off using the switches. If you are using the remote to switch off the electronic equipments, still it consumes power and more electricity bill. closed. So we are our main aim to save the energy and also to save the life, because nowadays electric accident is happened everywhere. You can see any YouTube or a WhatsApp in Chennai, people are dying in the during the rainy season, and children are dying electric shock, getting the shock in the rainy season like this. So we need to avoid. We need to educate the students, mainly students, so that electric accident can be avoided. Even I used to conduct regularly the safety classes to our employees regularly, very regular, giving the more wherever the electricity accident happen, the case studies. We are used to tell the case studies to our staffs regularly. We used to conduct safety classes so that during my tenure there is no accident at all. The staffs are working very happily. If any accident happen, there is a lot of issues. Even at the home, it is very loss to the family and a loss to the company, and it will give negative impact on the company also. So we have to concentrate on the electric safety. Please use 3-pin socket and plug with earth connection for the heavy loads. In our home, please do not use the 2-pin sockets. Use 3-pin socket, so that any leakages in the body of the equipment, it will be earthed directly, so that we can save our life. Please use 3-pin socket always. So do not mount switches and provide plug points to accessible position to our children. In our bedroom, the switches will be near our bed. Please do not put like this. So our children, we used to insert any metal parts or insert their fingers, they will get shocked. Use only one plug in one socket. Do not use multiple pin. Multiple pin available in the market, China product. Please do not purchase. Do not utilize in our house. Use one plug at one socket, please. And this is, do not use matchsticks in lieu of plug. Use the plug points and do not use the matchsticks. This one, do not touch the snapped wires. During the rainy season, sometimes our distribution network, distribution conductor used to cut and lay down on the ground. But we have the relay, protection relay in our substation. If any conductor snaps and it gives earth leakage, so immediately the protection relay available in the substation, it will trip the circuit and it will cut off the power to the in the network. It happened in the HT network, high tension, that is 11 kV, 22 kV, 110 kV, 230 kV, like this. But in the distribution, about 400, 450 watts in the distribution, 440 voltage, if any conductor cut, there is no protection devices. Only we have to be very careful, very careful. Please do not touch the snapped conductors and inform the local EB. And I will give one contact number at the last. It is only one number all over Tamil Nadu, only one number, contact number. And if there is 60 lines is there, 60 lines, and 180 people are working at the headquarters, down the clock, 24/7, they are working. We can lodge our complaint, any type of complaint in TNEB. That is the service stations, call center. It is called call center, Minnaham call center. I will give the number at the last of the session. Everybody please note down. If any problem related to electricity, that is leaned pole, snapped conductor, or damaged pole, or low sag of the transmission distribution line, or a complaint on any employee, they are getting bribe or something like this, just make a call and inform, lodge your complaint. They will give the acknowledgement number. That Minna complaint is directly monitored by our CMD and by our minister, honorable minister also. They are monitoring the complaints. So we are giving topmost um, concentration to Minnahan complaints. So any persons, whatever may be, any complaint related to the TNEB, just make a call and complain to them, and they will give you one number, and that call will be attended very actively. So please apply wet cloth on the earth wires. This is happening. Many accidents in the villages happening like this. They are drying the cloth in the wet cloth. They are tying the poles. Please do not do like this. Many people are doing like this. Please do not construct any building under the transmission distribution line. It is very much pathetic. Many accidents are happening like this. So please avoid construction of buildings under the below the line. So if you need to construct like this means please apply for deviation of the line. Deviation of the line. Please apply and pay the cost of the deviation. We will, if possible, if any possible means, we will do the corrective action and we will replace the line out of your boundary. But we have to pay for this. So just I will play one safety clippings. It will give one awareness. So please be on. Replay ಆಗಲ್ಲ. Sorry, sir, it is not playing well. So with this, wind up the session, please note down the number, contact number 94987 and 94987. So this is the contact Minnaho number 94987. This is only one number throughout the state. Just use this number, make a complaint on any topic related to the TNEB. And there is one WhatsApp number also there, 944585081. Just to make a send a photo, any photos for the damaged poles, conductor cut, leaned pole, low sag, whatever it may be, or anybody getting bribed, just to make a photo and a video and send to this number. We will take immediate corrective action on this. So I am very much thankful for giving this opportunity to share the views with the IEI SLC, and I really thank for our principal sir, Dr. Sadish sir, and Dean madam, and our Dhamani madam for giving this wonderful opportunity to share with the Energy Conservation Day. And please save the energy for a better tomorrow and for our future. Thank you very much. Very much thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for your wonderful presentation on energy conservation. And now I would like to invite the Honorary Secretary, IEI Salem Local Center, to propose vote of thanks. Ma'am, please.
Okay, sir. I'm audible, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Most respected our chief guest and keynote speaker, Engineer A. Sivaraman, sir, Assistant Executive Engineer, TNEB, Kallakurichi, our beloved chairman, Dr. K. Tangaraj, sir, respected member, Dr. R. Satish Kumar, sir, Mr. Aramugam, sir, Mr. Tyagu, respected committee members, council members, engineers, and students from various organizations. Good afternoon to one and all present here. It's my privilege and honor to propose vote of thanks on this great occasion of the Institution of Engineers India, IEI Salem Local Center celebrates Energy Conservation Week. We have scheduled 13th to 25th December 2024, sponsored by NIRT Renewable Energy Private Limited. Today topic is conserve energy for a better tomorrow. On behalf of IEI Salem Local Center, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to our chief guest and keynote speaker, Engineer A. Sivaraman, sir, MIE, Assistant Executive Engineer, TNEB, TNPD, CL Kallakurichi, who present a lecture on conserve energy for a better tomorrow. I'm very much proud to say Sivaraman and the mate of GC Salem. He is very much dynamic and loyal in his profession. So I admired about his achievements. In our GC group, we used to receive many of his achievements in his profession. Also, he presented excellent presentation today. We acknowledge our gratitude, Mr. Sivaraman, sir. My sincere thanks to our beloved chairman, sir, Dr. K. Tangaraj, who have always been supportive initiatives and encourage us to strive for the excellence. Thank you, sir. I would like to extend my gratitude to our energy conservation team members, Dr. R. Satish, Engineer Bala Subramaniam, sir, Dr. A. Kumaravel, sir, Engineer Arumugam, sir, Engineer V. Revati, madam, for all your presence has added a extra spark to this event and made it even very more special. My sincere thanks goes to Dr. R. Satish Kumar, sir, Principal, Secondary Engineering College, for his valuable guidance and support for celebrating this Energy Conservation Week. I convey my special thanks to NIRT Renewable Energy Private Limited for generously accepting to sponsor for celebrating Energy Conservation Week for our IEI Salem Local Center. I would like to thank Engineer N. Arumugam, sir, for his wholehearted support throughout the event. Thank you so much, sir. I would like to express my appreciation to Mr. Tyagu for his cordial support and organized this webinar very successful. I am happy to thank Associate Institutes, KSR of Technology, Mahindra Engineering College, Sengundar Engineering College, Sona College of Technology, Tyagarajar Polytechnic for conducting various, going to conduct various energy conservation related event. I also wish to express my gratitude all the engineers, council members, fellow engineers, professors and students for their kind cooperation to make this event fruitful. I would like to express my sincere thanks to all. Once again, thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Raman sir, thank you so much.
Thank you.
உங்களுடைய